Hey everyone, Hydra here, and this is the Silver Surfer, Skyrider of the Spaceways. So, this is not a new comic. I mean, it's a new comic, but the story, art, and everything, this is a reprint from the original Silver Surfer run. This isn't the first of the Silver Surfer run. This is kind of in the middle. The cover price is $3.99. That's not what this comic sold for when it was brand new. There is no reason for Marvel to be selling this comic for new comic price right now. They have not had any overhead in making this comic in about 40 years. This is by Stan Lee and fucking John Buscema. I really can't see any reason why they would charge full price for this, and I think it's a pretty damn sleazy thing of them to do. Especially since we're currently celebrating, well, they probably stopped celebrating Stan Lee by now since we're in the new year, but it's annoying that they would just dig up some old IP they have and then reprint it and resell it at brand new pricing. It's annoying. And I was kind of curious why they chose this particular story, albeit it's got Spider-Man in it. Spider-Man's their biggest seller. He's basically he's Marvel's Batman. If Marvel needs something to succeed, they throw in Spider-Man. If this was a movie, they'd throw in Iron Man. Since it's a comic, they throw in Spider-Man. So of course, if you're going to reprint a Silver Surfer, they got to do one with Spider-Man in it to make sure it sells. One reason this annoys me is because the Silver Surfer is a fantastic hero. He's one of my favorite characters from Marvel. He is a tragic hero, which is honestly a lot of the best heroes are tragic heroes. It adds a lot of depth to the person's character. He's also very Shakespearean, both in the way he talks, and the way he acts, and the way his stories are structured. And that's a good system to follow when you're telling the hero's tale. I kind of, after reading it and remembering which one this was, it became a little bit more obvious as to why Marvel would reprint this particular story, aside from having Spider-Man. That's because in this story, the main theme of the story, as it is with most Silver Surfer, to be completely honest, is you shouldn't judge people by the way they look. You should judge people by their actions, which is very sound advice, very good advice. The problem is that Marvel doesn't take their own advice, and I'm 90% sure that this particular book is being reprinted so that they can low-key lecture the people they don't like. If you'll notice, all Marvel comics now have a very, very specific set of politics that they are promoting. And the unfortunate part is the politics they're promoting aren't the actions they're committed to. So while they make all these grandstands about not judging people and everybody's equal, all they do is judge people and shit on people. And there's no equality in their system. It's either think like me, or you're a vile racist piece of shit that needs to be re-educated with our picture books. And that shit's annoying. And it's also annoying that they're trying to shoehorn a wholesome message from Stan Lee and the Silver Surfer to kind of fit their modern bullshit politics. It's preposterous and it's disgusting. But putting all that aside, this is still the Silver Surfer. This is written by Stan Lee. Stan Lee does his best work when he's writing the Surfer, in my opinion. It's a good story. Honestly, I think it's worth $3.99. I don't think they should be charging that. I think that's bullshit, but I'll pay it because, honestly, this is a hell of a lot better than any comic you're going to get from Marvel right now that costs $3.99. This is better than most of their $4.99 comics. The art is also not like usually when they do the reprints, they just scan the newsprint and then, so it still looks like newsprint, but it's on nice paper. This doesn't look like newsprint, which is kind of interesting. But look, Buscema was an amazing artist. His Silver Surfer and his space art is just, it's on point. What's going on here, though, is an asteroid is about to hit Earth. Silver Surfer saves the Earth by stopping the asteroid. And it unfortunately knocks him retarded, drops him into the river. He's trying to recover, and people are really, really, really confused by all this. Oh, that's one thing I want to say. So the old comics, they had this kind of like meta fourth wall breaking that you don't really see anymore. Like right here, the Silver Surfer is flying by this house where there's this little kid who lives, and his dad absolutely despises comics. He thinks they're pointless, stupid entertainment, and there's no reason, and he's wasting his life by reading them all. They're not real. That stuff doesn't exist. Right after getting lectured, the kid's sitting there sadly staring out his window, and he sees the Silver Surfer going by. He recognizes him from his comics, and he's like, holy shit, it's him! Dad, 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 dad! Goes out, and of course, Silver Surfer's already gone. What this shows us is that it's basically saying kids know this is real, parents aren't willing to accept something like this exists. And it's this nice kind of, like right now, everybody knows about superheroes. It's haha, LOL, superheroes, so random. But back in the day, it was only the kids in the universe that really fully registered their existence. And that was kind of nice. It gave the reader some idea that what they're reading might actually be able to be attainable and a reality until they grow up out of that. We don't have that kind of escapism anymore. It's literally just, LOL, there's heroes everywhere. Ho, let's go eat some burgers, guys. Whoa, there's Spider-Man at the mall. It's pathetic. Anyway, I'll jump off of that tangent. Spider-Man in this is fantastic. When Spider-Man's written well, he's a great character. He basically is cruising along. He accidentally hooks the Surfer's board, and he asks him to let go. The Surfer's like, look, I am tired of you people always fucking harassing me. I'm out of here. I'm not parking my board so that you can fuck with me more. So Spider-Man basically fights him to try and get down. And it's this constant case of misunderstanding actions. And Spider-Man is like, man, this guy has too much potential to be a menace. I have to stop him and put him away. The Surfer hasn't done anything wrong. He's just trying to get back to outer space, but this series of unfortunate events keeps screwing him over and taking him farther and farther down. Finally, in the middle of the fight with Spider-Man, a bunch of police officers and military show up to put an end to the Silver Surfer because he's such a potential threat. Meanwhile, his board was left on the building over by that kid that we saw earlier. The kid jumps on the board and is playing with it, and he's like, man, this is awesome. I wish I could fly. Well, Surfer is finally ready to get the hell out of Dodge. He summons his board, realizes that kid is on it, and is being taken to him, and the kid's going to fall because he doesn't have the balance or knowledge on how to ride the Power Cosmic like that. So, what does the Surfer do? He sacrifices all of his defensive power, reroutes it to save this kid. Meanwhile, he's taking all these bullets and shots and explosions from the military. Spider-Man's watching the whole thing go down, and he's realizing what an ass he was this whole time. Like, man, this guy is just trying to save this kid. He's not caring at all about himself. So then he goes and he talks to him. So then afterwards, the kid lands. His dad comes running up, and the kid's like, Dad, he saved me. And everybody realizes that the Surfer is not a bad dude. He doesn't want to hurt anybody, which is funny because he saved this world like fucking 6 times by now. he's done far more for Earth than any of these people realize. And they all just walk off and let him be. And then he has this realization that, okay, maybe humans aren't as violent, crazy, and insane as they come across. Maybe they really can learn to be different and learn to accept others for being different. And that's the end of it. And that's a fantastic moral message. And they have to dig back multiple decades to reprint these good messages because nobody there is capable of writing that shit themselves anymore. And it's really kind of depressing. But anyway, I do recommend this. If you haven't read it, it's well worth the read. It is very good. They're charging too much money for it. They have no reason to, and that's pretty pathetic of them. But all in all, give it a shot. The Silver Surfer is one of the top heroes in my opinion, and I think if you read Stan Lee's stuff with him, you'll understand why I think that, and you might even agree. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.